Namaste. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across the planet and around the world. I'm Greg from in5d.com and in5d.net, and you're tuned into a new issue. Sorry, something just popped up and I had to click out of it and I almost got rid of the whole show. But you're tuned into a new spirit chat for tonight, Friday. Feels like a Wednesday. It's the weekend, but Friday, March 25th, 2022. And today we're going to be talking about spiritual leaders who are no longer with us, inspired by the passing of Jordan Maxwell. And we'll talk a little bit more about him shortly. So, how is everybody doing tonight? First of all, I just want to say I love you. You and you and you. You, I don't know. No, you too. Our N5D family is freaking amazing. And we're just so blessed to have each other, you know? It's such a loving, warm-hearted group of people. Star family, right? Bringing Star family together. And that's what we are, Star family. And it's just an amazing, beautiful group that we have. And I'm just so blessed and happy that we can all be together. And make sure that when you pop in, like on the live chat, or even if you're watching on the recorded version, try to make friends with other people there. Try to communicate with others, find them on Facebook. Many of us are on Facebook or other places. Like me, you can find me on Gab, BitChute, Instagram, even Twitter now. Again. So, yeah. It's Friday. Oh my gosh, Friday. Well, we have a lot to cover. Hopefully my electricity doesn't go out like it did last night. That would be a disaster. But yeah, I got a few things I want to cover before we get started. So let's get rolling. Let's get the ball rolling. Rolling. Okay, so, all right, we're on my Facebook page. And in case you can't see anything that's on there, yeah, this is what's on there. So I did the post, I tagged 59 other people, 60 including my love. And speaking of my love, she has a paranormal investigation going on at the Bell Inn in Shepherd's Well, Churchill, on April Fool's Day. This is not an April Fool's joke, though. It is real. It's going on. I've been there to the Bell Inn with Allie, and Elaine Thorpe was speaking that day, and she's amazing. She channels Jonathan, and just a wonderful evening. Oh, yeah, and I posted a new video today. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. It's called So Your Spiritual Awakening Costs You Some Friends. It's a very awesome video. We're going to be talking about this in a little while, Jordan's passing. Congrats to Sabine for her new shirt, Air Element, and to Elizabeth A for her Tequila Sunrise shirts. All right. Check this out. How cool would this be if that were a portal? Would you go through it? I'd have to say it depends. Can I come back? Number one. If so, yeah, I'm going through. Or if I can't come back, let me at least talk to the ones I love, Allie, my family, my daughter, and see what they think. Be a tough decision, right? So this is me. Give me a sign, the universe. Here's your sign. So this stuff is funny. I posted this yesterday, I think. Hello from Turkey. James is this guy that does Photoshop. James, here's a photo of me, which my friend photobombed. Can you make him disappear? It's a potential profile pic and he's ruining it. Can you make him disappear? That's a riot. Hi, James. I'm hoping you can help. I love this picture of my wife and I in Venice, but she's dressed just like the gondolier. Can you fix it so it doesn't look so awkward? So he gave the gondolier his shirt instead. Hi, James. You do good work. This was such a beautiful shore morning. Oh, I'm sorry. This was such a beautiful morning, but I'm so far away from the camera in this photo. Can you fix it? Hey, Jamie, can you make me look like can you make her look like my real girlfriend? And can you cover up the scars on my legs? So the guy does amazing Photoshop work. Not sure who this guy is. James Fridman. So yeah, that's funny stuff. And yeah, look at their eyes, happy eyes, and he's smiling. But I'm leaving now. Aw, he's just real sad. Same thing here. The day after being adopted versus today. This was 12 years ago. And 12 years later, look at that. Look at the light in his eyes and the smile on his face. Or her face, I'm not sure. But yeah, pretty cool stuff, huh? There we go. Hi to everyone that's joined us. Oh, there's my love. My sexy, sexy woman, my goddess, my love of my life, my beautiful wife, Allie. I want to be friends with you. Okay. All right. I can handle that. Happy Fria's Day, Sarah, my star sister, the angel, the Arcturian angel, Sarah Randall from Sarasota. Hi, Uninsurable, Crystal Wizard, Debbie, Quantum Healers, and Phil, Emerald Reiki, Dragon Reiki. Thank you for the super chat, Phil. And get Sophia to the logos. Hi to everyone. Got a good night of chat coming up where we're going to be talking about spiritual leaders who are no longer with us. And I'm just, once again, grateful, so grateful for all getting caught up for all of you and our N5D star family, our soul family, our soul group. It's just such an amazing group. Allie and I were talking about it the other day, and I've been saying all along how blessed we are to have Allie be part of our group. As Sarah calls Allie, she's the N5D matriarch. But it's just like Allie's like the perfect addition to the N5D family. And our family is just so awakened and aware and loving, giving. I mean, if somebody needs energy help, how many of us are just like, yeah, I'll do it? And how many people, like, when I've had my issues, or Allie with her back issues and stuff, have volunteered just giving energy. And it works. It really does. That energy, when people send it, I'm telling you, I was not in good shape several times when I was in the hospital, and you guys sent energy and it did a world of good. And you can literally feel it. You can feel the change. So that's what I mean about, our star family. It's just such an amazing group. And I'm just so blessed to know all of you or make the acquaintances with all of you. And let's see where we go from here. Hi to Galactic Goddess. That's a new name. Hi. Ellie says, I'm the lucky one. I beg to differ. I think I am. And we all are. We're all lucky to have each other. Right? Okay, so where are we going now? Let's go here. So I'm going to cover spiritual leaders who are no longer with us, and then I'll be letting everybody in. Oh, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Sabine and Elizabeth, Judy, Rochelle, and Nichelle. Oh, I'm sorry, Rachel and Nichelle, who are the latest purchasers of In5D Quantum Tie-Dye t-shirts. Nichelle and Jody are getting ice dye shirts, and I've got them outside right now. They'll probably be done late tomorrow, which means I won't be able to mail them out until Monday, but you'll get them shortly afterwards. And also a quick shout out to on Patreon and a welcome to Alexis, Kim, and Jamie. I'd like to welcome you guys to our N5D Patreon family. And just a quick reminder that a week from this upcoming Wednesday is our Insiders Club private chat. So check that out. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about this. This came as a surprise and not a shock because of his age, but wow. Jordan Maxwell is no longer with us. And I don't know about you, but he has helped so many people in so many different ways in this genre. Yeah, and sometimes, yeah, he was kind of pessimistic, but his knowledge was invaluable, about Astro Theology, about religion, about sovereignty. I mean, just right down the line, he was a world of knowledge, and he's no longer with us. And so this is what I wrote. I was fortunate enough to have interviewed Jordan Maxwell twice on N5D radio. He was a mentor to many and is the reason why so many people are awakened today. Rest in peace, my friend. Thank you for all you did for humanity. And I left the links to both of the interviews. This interview I did with Heidi Cole, and this one, Kendrick Gilbert was my co-host on that. And this was from Jordan's Facebook page, and they posted this yesterday. It's with great appreciation and a heavy heart to say that one of the greats of all time, Jordan Maxwell, has departed the physical plane. Truly a giant in the study of the fields of religion, symbology, pattern recognition, law, secret societies, and the occult. A rare breed. Many who knew Jordan as a friend realized that he was a deeply sensitive man who immensely cared about family with a deep respect for his elders. Jordan had been in declining health, but his mind was always on point, and nothing gave him more pleasure than in sharing the depth of his research, knowledge, and hopefully a bit of his wisdom. More information in the coming days for a memorial and funeral. Please note that there may be a need to raise adequate funds. So anyone interested in making donations, it is greatly appreciated. 9 cycles times 9 equals 81. That's how old Jordan was at the time of his death. A good life with much more in his future incarnations. Jordan appreciated all those who curiously became expanded from the plethora of his work. In the physical, he will be missed. Our sincere thanks for all the heavy lifting you did on behalf of all people who were free thinkers and open minds. Our deepest appreciation, Brother Jordan. Bless his soul and the spirit of a good man. A bright, shining example to humanity. stay tuned, and so on. But yeah, wow. Yeah, like I said, just really, really grateful to have been able to interview him. This is an article I wrote called The Top 5 Spiritual Teachers. And Jordan is one of them. And what I said about Jordan was Jordan is an amazing human being. His knowledge extends way beyond theology, astro theology, and maritime law. Jordan was one of the first people who opened my eyes to the true meanings of religion and how the Bible has hidden meanings that many people overlook. For example, in Genesis 1:26, and God said, "Let us make man in our own image, after our likeness." Jordan proposed, who is us and our? And that's a great point. Let us make man in our own image. Genesis is the first chapter in the Bible, so it was before Jesus. So who is God referring to? Jordan points out that the Elohim are mentioned early and often in the Bible. El equals God, and Ohim is plural. So is it possible that the us and our are referring to the creator gods, plural, the Elohim? In my opinion, yes. And that's all deduced from Jordan Maxwell's research. One thing I don't care for, but still respect, is that Jordan doesn't seem to paint a bright light, a bright future for humanity. He refers to the light at the end of the tunnel being a train. I tend to think that the light is us. Like the Hopi said, we are the ones we have been waiting for. A good spiritual teacher will challenge your belief system, but will not try to force you to conform to his or her beliefs. Jordan's 60 plus years of research brings to light the esoteric knowledge that we are all seeking. I'm grateful and honored to have had the opportunity to interview him 2 times. And here's that first one with Heidi, the Antichrist Revealed, in which Jordan hypothesized that the Antichrist isn't a person, but it may be an organization, the Roman Catholic Church. Isn't that a twist for, a thrilling movie end? And the second time I interviewed him was with my co-host Kendra, and just very, very fortunate to have interviewed him twice with my fantastic co-hosts. And just he will definitely be missed, and his knowledge and his research will live on forever. So another one that, another personality, a spiritual leader who's no longer with us, is Terence McKenna, right? And this is an article on N5D, 73 mind-blowing quotes from Terence McKenna. And I'm not going to go through all of them. I'll just read a couple of them, though. If the words life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness don't include the right to experiment with your own consciousness, then the Declaration of Independence isn't worth the hemp it was written on. That's great, isn't it? Here's one. I'll read one more, but there's 73 of these on this article, and I'll post a link to this in the chat and in the more info. You are a divine being. You matter. You count. You come from the realms of unimaginable power and light, and you will return to those realms. So it's very deep, deep thinker. I remember him talking about his time wave zero, in which he proposed that the singularity was going to end at 2012. That time was spiraling toward the singularity, in which what Ian Lungold said, all that could possibly happen will happen at that exact same time. I also remember listening to him. I would play his videos at night when I would go to bed, and I mean, talk about a wonderful bedtime story, and he's just so easy to listen to, and once again, another spiritual leader that's greatly missed. And of course, when you talk about spiritual leaders, once again, this is in my top 5 spiritual teachers article, Dolores Cannon. And many of you know and love her as well. And this is what I wrote about her. When it comes to getting you to think outside the box and getting your mind to bend like a pretzel, that's what Dolores would say often. No one is better at doing this than Dolores Cannon. Dolores was a past life regression hypnotherapist who received spiritual messages from her clients when they were in the deepest level of hypnosis. It didn't matter who her clients were or where she was giving the sessions. She would always get messages from beings she called they or them, who are presumably extraterrestrials. Cannon documents these conversations in her books, most notably the Convoluted Universe series, which is a series of 5 books. And at one point I had them all, but I lent some out and who knows where some of them are. Some of the topics they cover with Dolores include the New Earth, backdrop people or background people, right? And the 3 waves of volunteer souls. A good spiritual teacher will present information to you that not only resonates as the truth through your own discernment, but gives you valuable information on this ascension process that you've never heard before. Dolores was a conduit for this information, and we are all very grateful that she shared this with us. So I just want to go here real quick. This is an article I have on N5D. And once again, I'll put a link to all these in the more info section. But Dolores Cannon comments about the New Earth. And I copied this off from Dolores's Convoluted Universe book 2. I had so many pages bookmarked on there. But I mean, you know, what we're experiencing right now, the importance on what we eat and drink, you know, you can look at the article and read all that stuff, how to energize your water. This is interesting on the changing frequencies. Our bodies and everything around us are now increasing their vibratory rate and adjusting to a new frequency. Every cell in the body begins to vibrate at such a fast rate that it turns into light. See, this is where we become light beings. When this begins, the temperature of the body increases and the body starts to glow with light. When every cell is vibrating at a very high rate, you will disappear from normal vision and move into a higher dimensional reality. This is because the body has moved in vibration beyond the 3rd dimension and is now vibrating on a much higher dimensional level. This then means that you will not go through the death process, as you will then have a light body. Aging will not exist for you, and you will have stepped into the next dimensional reality. You can then access the next stage of spiritual evolution. And here's what she says about the New Earth. And there's so much fascinating stuff on here. I'm not going to read it all. But all right, so she talks, is there a separate, you know, D is Dolores and V would be the person that's the conduit for them or they. So she's talking about the earth separating like 2 earths. Is that what you mean? Oh no, it's changing. It's a changing of dimension. We're going from here to here. And those that can't change will be left behind. We've heard about that, you know, will some people get left behind? And this is what they say. They're saying yes. When we go into the other dimension, will it be a physical earth? It will be just like we are right now. That's what I meant by 2 earths. Yes, yes. But they're not going to be aware of us. God help them. God help them. It's going to be so terrible for them. Dolores says they won't know what happened. No, they will know. That's the whole idea. They will know, but it's too late. But you said they'd be left behind and they can't join the other people. Will all the people of the earth experience this? As I said before, everyone will be affected. It's just that there are those who will be sensitive, who will pick up that it has been done. Some people will not realize on a conscious level that it's been done. It's been done on a soul level. If you were to put them in a trance, as you have this person now, they would know they have been affected and they could explain to you what it has done to their genetics. But on a conscious level, they haven't a clue. They don't know. And that's what we want. So yeah, that's what Dolores had mentioned, that where, you know, some people wouldn't even know that, you know, what you had moved on. Some of the people that get left behind, they won't even realize, or it'll just be like a passing kind of moment where, oh, whatever happened to Phyllis? I don't know. And that would be the end of it, right? So yeah, Dolores Cannon was another one. John Major Jenkins. This myself and John Major Jenkins and my friend Jenny. For those of you who don't know John, he's 100% total class and sincerity, along with being one of the most knowledgeable authorities on the Mayan calendar. This is back in 2009 when my friend Jenny and I went to Sarasota, to see a 2012 convention that was featuring John Major Jenkins and Daniel Pinchbeck and several other people. And I bought John Major Jenkins' book. I've got it here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's Maya Cosmogenesis 2012, and it's about the Maya's cosmology, you know, how they interpreted the cosmos, and it's a really fascinating book. It goes into like the glyphs and interpretations of glyphs and everything. So, you know, that was another one. Here's another one, Dr. Masaru Emoto, that we had lost. Wow. You know, we all have heard and seen the studies about, you know, consciousness in water. What, you know, when you put focused intention into water, what happens, right? So Dr. Emoto has shown the most beautiful crystals are formed after the water is exposed to the words love and gratitude. The fact that the human body is made of 70% water, our thoughts can have profound implications on our health and the well-being of the planet. So yeah, what you say can definitely, you know, if your thoughts and intentions can create a perfect crystal like this, what can it do for your body, right? Okay, I just got one more person I want to cover, and then I'll be letting everyone in. And I'm going to post a link in the live chat if you want to join us as well. So yeah, this is, and you know, I'm way behind on saying hi to everyone, but I'm just so grateful that you're all here with us, and you are what makes this spirit chat what it is. And I can't wait to let you guys in. And I love the chat that's going on in the live chat. And if you're watching on the recorded version, hello to you as well. Okay, so the last person I wanted to talk about was, is, and I guess was, is, let's just say is, Jose Arguelles. He was one of the founders of, what was that in the 1987, the Harmonic Convergence. He was one of the founding fathers of that. And what I find interesting too, is that all these people that I've talked about are Pluto and Leo people. They're the generation before me. And you guys have heard me talk about this, that the Pluto and Leo generation were the trailblazers. They laid the foundation for everything that you and I are doing today. If it wasn't for them, chances are we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. So Jose Arguelles, like I said, he was one of the founders of the Harmonic Convergence. He also, and I've talked about this before on previous spirit chats or videos that I've done on N5D, Jose Arguelles visited the tomb of the Mayan Lord Pacal Voltan. And he said one of the most important things that he got out of that visit was that we need to live without time. That the time that we're in right now, the Gregorian calendar, is not harmonious with natural timing. And I'll be putting a video out on this in the next probably 4 days, within the next 4 days. I got a couple more videos that I'm working on. But he said what we need to do is get into harmonious time with nature, which means it's not the Gregorian calendar. We need to get away from that. But how do you do that when we already have like work weeks and TV schedules and all this crap that's built around this unharmonious Gregorian calendar, the timing that we have? We have to adjust our calendar every 4 years to make the adjustments of that one day that's being lost or gained, whatever be the case. But if we were to go to a 13 moon calendar, 13 months, there's 13 moons in a year, it would be in synchronicity with nature, and it would be more accurate than the current Gregorian calendar. But you'd have to have the whole world agree upon doing something like that. So how do you get the world to agree on becoming harmonious with nature? Seems like a no-brainer, but that's not what the leaders want. They want 1 month being 28 days, and these months being 30, these months being 31. They want us out of harmony. So on that note, I'm going to let everybody in. And I see Phil and Rob. Hi, guys. You're very welcome, Uninsurable. These guys and ladies and men, gentlemen that we've lost, makes me wonder, if they're, getting the new earth ready for us. They're preparing the new earth. What if that was their last incarnation, which probably was, because they were such influential leaders for all of us. And to say who was the most influential out of those 1, 2, 5 that I named, I'd probably go with Jordan. And then Dolores a close second. And it could be the other way around. Hi, Phil.
Hey, man. Yes. I would like to add a name to that list.
If sure.
That would be Joseph Campbell, author of the Hero's Myth, or the Hero's Journey. He wrote a bunch of books. He was a comparative religion professor, an influencer of the guy that did Star Wars. I forget the guy's name. Hollywood, I kind of have this block on Hollywood for some reason.
You're not alone.
And I think the biggest teaching that is stuck with me, and it's something that I passed on, and is this phrase is follow your bliss. He kind of distilled that as the essential mythos right there. And I actually did this in a retirement speech. I mentioned that really, I was urging all these examiners, because I was working for the Department of Revenue, State Washington Department of Revenue. So I was telling all these, follow your bliss. Try to find something blissful in this job, and if you can't, find a different job.
Right.
And actually, some kid actually took my advice
and left.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Went on to find his bliss, I hope.
Yeah. Wow.
So I got to pass that on, and I was so happy to do it. And so I kind of look at Joseph Campbell as almost on par with Yeshua, Buddha, Muhammad. I mean, he brought that understanding of religion and into that spiritual realm for me. So yeah, I would like to add him to that list.
My mother worked with a guy named Joe Campbell on radio back in the 70s. Probably not the same person.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. The first time I saw him was on PBS, and he was at the Skinwalker or Skywalker Ranch, and he was being interviewed by damn, I forgot his name too.
That's interesting, because when my mom worked at the radio station, she was doing interviews with just people in the area. So yeah,
what area is that? What was that?
Upstate New York in the Catskill Mountains.
You know, I'm not sure where he taught actually, but I know that he's written several books that were, you know, bestsellers back in the day. That would have been back in the 70s, right?
Yeah. Back in the day.
Back in my day, okay.
Well, that's back in my day too. So what do you think about, you know, the whole passing of Jordan?
Well, yeah, I first heard about Jordan. It was, I think, on Project Camelot. It's the first time I saw him, and yeah, I could jive on what he was saying. He had a lot of facts that, though, we have to remember, anybody that comes from that realm, we're prone to getting fed bullshit every once in a while, you know.
Like what? Give an example.
Well, I would say that the fear stuff that well, I mean, I guess I just have a different look at the whole us and them kind of thing. I don't see them as any better than us.
No, but
I mean, and it just follows. I want to. It's as above, so below. They say this is a alchemical coming from the Hermes Trismegistus, I believe. So it tells me that if what I see out here is how it's going to be up there. So I see, for the most part, a lot of good people, and then I see some people that really have missed the mark. They have just totally gone in what I would say is a wrong direction. And so I'm going to figure, well, that's probably what we're going to see out there. We're going to see most of the people are pretty good, but there's going to be some real assholes out there. I mean, we've got psychopaths, we got sociopaths, we got narcissists, we got all sorts of problem people around, right? So,
you know, well, for example, what I appreciated about Jordan was how he how he interpreted the Bible. And the example I gave earlier, I don't know if you heard it, was in Genesis 1:26. It says, "Let us make man in our own image." And Jordan proposes, "Who is us and our?"
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's the Elohim, right? That's the the maker gods.
Yes.
This would be the builder race.
Yes.
This would be the gods that actually come around and make stars and planetary systems.
Well, you know,
and then they come down and they go, oh, we'll drop some DNA here because we've got just the right amino acids and liquid water, and yeah, this will be a good spot. And then they come back, and, you know, I mean, these guys got lifespans of millennia, you know, I mean, 100,000 years they live, right? Because they're mostly light.
I think it was, I forgot who, it might have been Robert Morningsky, who said that the Anunnaki created 3 different races of beings. The final one was the final slave race that was able to do everything they wanted them to do in regards to mining the gold for them. But that was called the Adama race. And that's, according to Robert Morningsky, is where the Adama, the Adam and Eve came about.
Right. But here's the side story on all of that is the Anunnaki, these Elohim, if you want to call them that. I'm not too sure whether they qualify, right. But I mean, they certainly don't qualify for what I call the builder race. They're not those guys. But yeah, they came down and they did just exactly that. They tried several times. Most of the times, these things they were deformities. They were mutants, right? So they finally get this one set of beings that work. And what did they do? They actually made a fourth race, or a hybrid race, because they found the daughters of men comely and procreated with them. So we're actually those people.
Well, and that makes a lot of sense. It also makes a lot of sense about, that the Anunnaki didn't want us to be the gods that they were. They limited us, which
No, they tried to dumb us down.
That's why our DNA only has 20 of the 64 codons turned on.
Well, some of us. You've been working on yours. You've been working on yours, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, so I've been working on mine. So
definitely,
I mean, this is nothing static here. You have to remember, we make epigenetic changes to our body all the damn time. Sometimes just due to environmental factors, right? We have to adapt. And something about the morphogenic field kind of always wants to reset things to its highest possibility. Hey, Rob.
All right. Well,
yeah, we heard you clearing your throat. We figured you were going to jump in.
no, I guess I just cleared my throat because I didn't even know I had microphones on. Good thing I turned TV down.
Well, according to Jordan, in the first interview I did with him, he hypothesized that the Antichrist is the Roman Catholic Church. It wasn't a person, it was an actual institution. I thought that was interesting.
Well, if that's the case, then Greg, I'm going to say the current Pope is the Antichrist.
Or the spawn of the Antichrist.
Well, and I think he's predicted to be the last Pope because of the Fatima predictions. I think the one that they didn't release, but it got out anyway. Funny how the truth gets out anyway.
Getting back to Jordan Maxwell, yeah, he's one of the reasons that him and Zeitgeist were like monumental in my awakening for the whole, and Santo Spinacci as well, in regards to Astro Theology.
Right. Yeah.
Before those three, I knew nothing about Astro Theology. I just knew that something wasn't right about religion. Jordan, in one interview, and I brought this up with him in one of those interviews that I did with him, but in a previous interview, he was talking about this guy that was going for his PhD, and he was given full access to the Dead Sea Scrolls. And by the time he went through all of them, he became, hi, Rob, he became so despondent over religion because of what he had learned that he became an alcoholic, and he disavowed religion from that point forward. What did he learn? That it's all Astro Theology. It's like Jordan says, it's the greatest story ever told, and it's really perfect Astro Theological order. So
right, well, but yeah, so I mean, this is the thing. The powers that be, the powers that were. I'm going to start calling them that. The powers that were, like this story, this Astro Theology, and in a way, I mean, this is the first religion. As we look up at the sky at night and we see all these stars wheeling above us, and we see the moon, and we start making up stories about what we're seeing what we see in the skies.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the first inklings of a religion or a spirituality that humankind ever had. So it just kind of makes sense that they're going to utilize that for whatever religion that they're going to run out there. If you get my drift. So it doesn't matter what the religion is, they're going to put that imprint upon it. And then in a way it's because it's ingrained into our perception. So yeah, they're playing us.
Well, the Mayan and the Aztecs, they were visited by this being. It depends on whether you're talking about the Mayans or the Aztecs. I think it's the same person, Quetzalcoatl or Kukulkan. I believe that's the same person.
Yeah, same thing.
But this guy was blonde hair, blue-eyed being from the stars. And when you look at the seven sisters, obviously one of the seven sisters is Maya, Maia. And it makes you wonder, did this Quetzalcoatl, did this Kukulkan guy, he taught them about, astronomy, agriculture, counting. The Mayans were the first civilization to acknowledge zero.
Right.
He taught them so much about, all these different things. And, I guess some would, I guess the Mayans would call him probably their version of Jesus, and, without saying as much, but,
right.
When these beings come down and visit and share knowledge, and, or Yeshua, as you may say. One thing, I wanted to ask you too, you were talking about the builder race. Would that be the Guardians?
It'd be equivalent to the Guardians, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was, or the Cedar Race is another term I've heard thrown at them.
Who are the Guardians? Where are they from?
Well, it's more like where they are. They're coming from like ninth dimensional beings. So they've been around. This race started. It was reaching its zenith approximately 2 billion years ago.
I would believe it.
It's been going since then. So they've started. They don't incarnate. They just are.
Mm.
And they're kind of, and the higher you go up, the less of you there is. It's just the collective, is what I've found. And actually, any collective usually goes to collective anytime you go beyond the sixth dimensional consciousness, in that kind of expansion of the mind space, if you will.
Would that be the hive mind?
Okay, well, I kind of associate the hive mind with the Greys and the Draco, in that they've got a chip in their brains and they're married to that hive. That's that kind of hive. It's the computer mind has no morals, has no anything but, hey, you want to expand, we'll expand. And here's the best way to go about it. So yeah, there's that kind of hive mind, but no, this is more what I see. This is so fifth dimension. We're going to start moving into what is called unity. And I call it unity through diversity, is kind of the way I see it. So we each have our own thing that we bring to the table, but we all bring it to the table as equals, and the best idea goes forward, right? We hope. This would be the wish of the collective, right? Is for the best for all. So there's that kind of hive mind, but is that really a hive mind? Because each individual still has their own drive and contribution.
See, that's what I dreamed about. I had a dream where I was on this ship where we all spoke through telepathy, and we were standing in a circle. There was probably 12 or 13 of us standing in a circle, and there was a hologram in the middle, and we were all creating to the building of this hologram, and somebody would telepathically say, let's do this, and it would alter into that new idea, and everybody would go, oh my God, that's amazing. And then another person would go, what if we did this? And it would alter again, and that's even better. And we just went around changing that into something that was even better and better and better, but it's all telepathic, and it was all working together for the common goal.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is where we're headed.
That's cool. I could dig that.
Yeah. So, but that's like the first step. So we're still going to be incarnate, even if we morph our bodies into a fourth density body, it's still sort of solid. It's still it's got more light in it. You can channel more light. You can tap into even higher consciousness I mean, like for instance here, so I can run up to about a ninth dimensional being and not have too much of a problem, not feeling like I'm being overwhelmed with energy. But I go beyond that, and I have to minimize the time I'm connected to that, or it'll burn out my circuits. So as we move up in our density and our consciousness, it expands, and we can pull in more energy and more light and more of that manifestation ability. It isn't just in a hologram. It's actually, we come in our ships and we surround this nebula and we collapse it into a star and add planets, and presto change it, we've got the solar system.
So now when I think of the hive mind, what comes to me is like, there's in a hive, there's always a queen. And then if you think of the queen, you think of the queen of, like Orion's belt and the Orion Wars that's going on, and how her soldiers would be the hive mind soldiers that are fighting this war that's been going on for millennia.
Yeah, somewhere between 1 million and 500,000 years, as I remember it. Well, I mean, when I say I remember that, it's not like I remember the whole period. Even though I fought in the, I found out that I fought in the Orion War on both sides of that sucker too.
Wow.
So, I mean, this is the thing. We really need to get to the place where we're not fighting anymore.
Yeah. And what are we doing right now? We're on the verge of World War III.
Oh, well, hell. I mean, that we don't want to start me down that path.
No.
I'm dropping a rumble now on that one.
Not on YouTube. We're not going there.
No. I know the rules. I know what happens when you start talking about anything close to truth, or the truth that they have created. They're subjective truths. And community guidelines my ass, I'm gonna say.
It's an interesting proposition about the hive mind. As you mentioned, there's two different ways it can go for the hive mind. Right. It can be the reptilian, the Draco kind of thing, where it's all, or the queen.
To the queen, yeah. Which is an AI.
Or it could be the group effort, community, collective consciousness kind of thing, where we're all working together, and you have your creativity, but it's all for one. It's one for it's the three musketeers, all for one and one for all.
Right. Yeah. And this is the kind of the message of the alliance too, isn't it? When you think about it. I pretty much remember a very similar phrase coming out from them, the truthers or anybody like that. So yeah, no, it is that. I mean, we're all in it. We're all contributing to the collective consciousness of this planet. This is why there is this collective mind that we call Mother Earth, or Sophia, Gaia Sophia, this overarching consciousness that's kind of a sum of the parts, where it's greater than the sum of the parts. If you get, I believe that's kind of a thing that happens. But yeah, I mean, it's we're moving towards that hive mind, if you want to call it that. But I kind of reserve that. To my mind, that is it's that red queen, or that whatever that thing is in the heart of the Orion nebula, anomaly, I guess is what they call it. So yeah, she's created a lot of hate and discontent in this sector.
So we've all done like mass meditations where, you know, large groups of people are meditating for the same, you know,
Yeah.
world peace or healing or whatever it is that we all meditate on. At that point, I'm sure you felt this as well. And many of you that are watching or listening right now have felt this, where it's almost like, you know, your whole body starts to tingle because you're all connected at that point. You're, you know, that's really, it's almost like preparing us for that unity consciousness life that we're going to be having, because when we're all tapped into that, the collective as one, you feel it. You can feel your crown chakra tingling, and yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, no, I remember the April 4th of well, yeah, 2020 is when we did it. And I felt that the power of that, but I mean, you know, you can, we're talking somewhere between 1 million and 1 billion people.
Wow.
I mean, that was a massive, the most massive mass meditation I have ever participated in. And
Well,
yeah,
you were also part of the Harmonic Convergence, right?
yeah, well, it topped the Harmonic Convergence.
Wow.
I mean, you know, I would say at the Harmonic Convergence, we were probably lucky if we had 100,000 people worldwide.
Back in '87, that's a lot of people that were awakened.
Well, I'm shooting. This is a swag. That's a wild ass guess at that. But yeah. So it was. But I mean, you know, this one we weren't connected like we were with this one because it was on the web.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we were all doing it at the exact same time.
Can you imagine how stunted our spiritual growth would be if there wasn't the internet? They planned on using this internet against us, like every other thing.
Oh, they're still planning on it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know, and you know, they're doing it right now with mining all of our information.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but conversely, look at how it's expedited the whole awakening process. How much you can learn exponentially in one day, more than what you could have learned in years beforehand.
Oh, yeah. No, I would say the internet is like opening up yourself from you going from your little town library to the Library of Congress. You know?
Yeah.
And all right at your fingertips.
So before, it was either wait until somebody comes near your hometown and watch a presentation,
right,
or buy the book, which might take, you know, several days to, you know, several weeks to read. But now you can have audio books that you can listen to in a day, and watch presentations in an hour on the internet, and just learn and grow so quickly.
Yeah.
What a blessing that is for all of us. And, you know,
well, I find it a blessing that I can get my words out too, you know.
Yeah
Because you know, I've done a lot of reading. I've done a lot of study.
Mhm.
I'm not as good as Jordan Maxwell, but I am not as old as him yet either.
Yeah, I've got a ton of books over there, all lined up, and
Yeah, no,
I'm-
I got a wall of books back there
yeah, yeah, I'm
that
with
I
you.
cannot read now.
Oh man,
And when you say I was thinking of that when you were doing the articles there and said, "Oh, there's lots to read there," and I'm thinking, "Yes, Greg, there is lots to read there." Not a good thing for me.
yeah, but with yeah, at least you can zoom in on the page. You have a large monitor too, right?
Right? Yeah. No, I got a big screen monitor. Yeah, that's the only way I can read anything.
Yeah,
But you know what? When you have to spread your sentence out like that,
yeah,
it's
yeah. You get a stiff neck, but eventually.
well,
Just,
no, you go down one line, and then you come
oh
back.
yeah, and you got to
Go
trace.
down, and about the third line in, you're repeating the first line and go, whoa, no, where was I?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
things
it's
to
just
think about.
that's what throws me off on reading text. Is it's not that I can't read it; it's just that
Right.
I can't track once I get down off those first couple of lines. I'm lost. I have no depth perception of it.
Right.
It's not like I'm.
Yeah.
So I love audiobooks, and I love
Yeah.
people that I subscribe to anybody that's reading a book. They're doing me a service.
So Uninsurable made a comment, said Cliff High's work is based on collective consciousness.
Yep.
Yep.
As I understand what he's done, it's kind of mining the zeitgeist of everything we typed out on the web.
Did you see that? You've seen that movie Zeitgeist? I know it's
Yeah. I have seen it. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched it. I think he's come out with a new one, didn't he? Or
3 of them. There were like 2 more follow-ups afterwards.
yeah, I think I've seen the second one, but I haven't seen the third one, so I'll have to hunt that up one of these days.
That part on religion was huge for me. It answered so many questions.
Yeah,
that I had.
No, I mean, for me, religion got explained because my parents divorced, right?
Mhm.
So what would happen here is my mom and my dad wasn't too good about sending support. So what my mom would do, she'd get sick or whatever and decide to send us to our dad. So we go to our dad's. Well, he worked for Dow Chemical and worked long hours. So he would farm us out to a family there. So we got to go to every church in Gillette, Wyoming. And every one of them is saying, we're the only way. And I'm reading the damn book and I'm thinking, wait, you're all talking about the same book. How come you're all thinking you're got the different way here?
Yeah.
So that was the first thing that went to religion when, oh, something's wrong here. How can you, so many of you have so many different things you're getting out of the same damn book?
Yep.
And then I found out, oh, they've rewritten that damn book several times. Not a one time was it done by anybody anywhere close connected to God as I know it.
and then watching all the evangelists growing up, on Sundays on TV.
Oh yeah,
Slapping their head, they're falling backwards, and you're saved.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to deny
maybe
the
they
power
were
of the mind
Yeah.
to do that for you.
Maybe they were,
In
but
fact, as a Reiki master of 35 years, I'm going to say I haven't healed anybody of anything that they didn't let me do. I mean, it was
sure.
they have to want to heal, or I
Mhm.
can't help them. You might as well not even bother getting in contact with me if you're not ready to heal. I can't help you.
I'll tell you what, Phil. I tried so hard to try to welcome religion, but like I said, from Sunday school, I got the EBGBs every time I went in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Sundays I'd watch those evangelical shows. I'd watch even the children's shows like Davy and Goliath, the stupid little things like that. When I was married to my second wife, Jody, she and I would go church shopping, trying to find a church that felt comfortable.
Yeah.
It happened.
The only one I was any kind of comfortable with was the Unitarian Universalists.
Yeah.
Mostly because they were really eclectic. I mean, basically, they even had a pagan branch associated with them.
I would go to Bill Donahue's church. I would go to that church.
Bill Donahue, I don't know who he is.
Oh my gosh. He's got a YouTube channel. He's very fascinating. Yeah. He gets it. He totally understands. It's hard to find people that capture your attention for that long.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people, apparently.
No, I'm in religion. But that captures my attention. Zeitgeist, like I said, that whole, I don't know.
Yeah, that was a well done piece. I mean, I'm gonna say.
And what Jordan Maxwell brought together on top of that, it really.
Yeah, I mean, just the breadth of that guy's Maxwell's knowledge is pretty amazing, really.
I'll tell you what, Phil, when the day that I disavowed religion was the day I felt the weight of the world come off of my shoulders. It's not that, yeah, it's not that, I'm saying I'm right and they're wrong. Not at all. It's just, it's not for me. It's not for everyone.
Yeah, and I get that. I mean, I can't really say that I'm Christian. Really, I can't say that I'm anything. Well, yeah, I guess I have to say I'm a reverend of the Church of the Universal Life.
Okay, all right.
And that encompasses the whole thing. I mean, every religion is in that religion.
But I do believe in an all-loving creator, source, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I believe that that's there. Yeah,
I don't call it God, though, because I don't know. God seems like we're reserved for the Bible, and those were creator gods, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I mean, think about anything that we would put a name to. We're limiting.
True, you're right.
And source is unlimited. It's so what does this thing do? It encompasses everything, and it's within everything.
Didn't someone once say the closest thing you could call God is something like tetragrammatron or something like that, but it really has no name and you can't really put a name to it? I forgot who said that.
Well, I mean, it's in the Hebrew faith. You don't really speak. You're not to speak the name of God, and that's why they don't use any vowels in their alphabet. So they're not really speaking with it. So yeah, that's the tetragrammaton, as you said.
Yeah.
It was INVH or something like that. Or actually, I'm not sure. Right, it had Hebrew letters, not the ones I used, the English conversion there. So yeah, I mean, but as the way I see, well, it's to what I connect. Let's put it this way: what I connect to with the Reiki, I feel, is this universal, is source. It's source because source wants balance and wants love. That's the two main frequencies that I get off of this energy when I go into deep meditation and I connect through the Reiki symbols. So yeah, I believe that, and that's the one thing when I'm doing a healing, I'm not losing any energy myself, because I'm not using my energy. I'm using source energy. So I can do an hour and a half session and walk away from it fine. I'm not going to be, all passed out on the floor afterwards, because I'm not I'm tapping into that source. So yeah, I have to believe in source.
How many times do you think you've healed or worked through other people in healing through Reiki?
Well, I know of one near miraculous healing that I did of a child that was in a really bad car accident. They were worried she was going to die, and I connected into that, and that was kind of early in, and my hands actually blistered from the heat.
Wow.
How much energy I was feeling, and she recovered and grew up to be a fine young lady with hardly any problems. So
Wow.
I know of that one, and I know of one time when I healed somebody's ankle. Normally you crack an ankle, you're down for a couple months, right? 2 weeks.
Wow.
But he wanted, he needed to be healed. He wasn't going to take the time to slow down, so I had to do it quickly. Where I have a harder time with healings is the chronic stuff, because there's so many attachments to it. People just get really attached to their illness in some weird way.
How do you not pick up that pain or yourself? I mean, how does it?
Well,
if you're an empath, you're picking up on their pain anyway. Is there a way of just turning it off, that part of the empathy, and not picking that up?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a little hard for me to remember, because after that ayahuasca experience, now I'm coming from the heart of compassion. And so, no, I kind of, there's so much energy flowing through me. It's not like I don't get any washback. It's not coming back up the stream. You get what I mean? So
yeah,
I'll sense it. I mean, the only time because now what I do, because I'll make the Reiki connection. I ask them if I got permission to tap into their higher self and their guides, so that we can get, I can pull in that information to make sure I'm sending the energy to, the right place, the right time. Because that's the thing, is this time is really illusion. There is only the now, but also you can connect to the past or the present. And you can certainly send energy to the past and have it affect the current time. So if there's any, really, I don't see these healings as all that miraculous, because if I get a good fix on the when and start the energy back then, by the time we come to the now, a lot of healings happen. We've condensed the time and increased the energy for the healing to take place. So, I mean, I think I do that, but it just depends on how much information I get and how close I get to that sweet spot, right? And bring it forward from that point.
Well, there's an interesting comment. Uninsurable in the chat said, I had a healer tell me that I needed my pain to feel alive. Does that sound right to you?
No.
No.
No. That sounds like he wasn't willing to devote the time to it. I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on there. But I mean, there are people that are kind of, and I'm not too sure that they're married to their pain, but they're married to the attention that it brings.
Yeah.
And for some reason they feel that energy is more important than, healing the original hurt, the trauma. So, and it's not easy because I mean, if I'm taking him back to the original injury, right? That's that's not a place that most people want to go.
No.
You know, I mean, even if I can, you know, focus so much energy that they don't really feel that pain, but still, you know, just the whole concept of going back there, you know, they're not really too keen on. I mean, I don't really talk to them too much about that, but that is what I'm doing usually if I'm going to get any kind of, you know, any healing that I'm going to see within a session.
In psychology, that kind of personality is known as a histrionic personality. Usually it's the, you know, the drama queen that, you know, always trying to seek attention kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean,
No, it's
and in a
not.
way, that's an illness in itself, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, this is the beauty of Reiki, because there's the energy symbol, there's the mental symbol, and then there's the distance symbol. And so you're really encompassing it all, you know, the energy, the mental, and the physical construct of consciousness, the conscious field, that we're all one of that one. We are all one. We really actually are one.
Interesting that it's a trinity, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can send energy, healing energy, anywhere in this universe. If
Hi, Linda.
I might even be able to send it into anywhere into the multiverse.
Why not? Why not?
Well,
Yeah.
the why not would be is I don't quite understand that physics yet.
I see Linda joined us. You with us, Linda? You there? Let me see if sure. Hang on. Participants. Oh, I don't see her microphone. I see a camera, but no microphone on the icons. So, yeah.
So she might have to click on add a microphone or.
Yeah, I see her in the chat. Hi, good evening. Just saw your post and joining late. Love from Calgary. And same with Claudette. She's just joined us. Hi, ladies. And everyone else has joined. Yeah. B. John said, Greg, sweet shirt again. I could not find the one you wore on date night last week on your website. This past week I wore, it was a fire element tank top, which I don't sell the tank tops. But if you're saying last week on date night, that's the air element. That should be, it should be right there. Air element. It's there. I just saw it today, as a matter of fact. So check it out. Air element.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah.
Greg.
Hey, Rob.
Do you have a habit of taking naps in the afternoon nowadays?
Of course.
Between 2 and 4, maybe?
Oftentimes, yeah.
How about today?
Did I nap today? I don't remember. Isn't that sad? I can't remember if I took a nap today or not.
Well, I would say if you took one, it wasn't very memorable.
No, it wasn't very long either.
And I thought you dreamt every time you went to sleep. So I would
do.
say no.
I was just kind of wondering, because I always take mine between 2 and 5, 2 and 4, whichever. But I enjoyed the visit with you today.
Oh, you
Just visited with you twice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
One as you are, and another one. And this just messed my head up because I know you've never been in the military.
Nope.
Well, the other one was a younger you in military uniform.
Wow.
You're about 18, 19, something like that. And then somebody came into the picture and things got really, really weird.
Had short hair then, apparently.
Oh yeah, you had short hair. But as far as when the first part of it, though, is just like you are now.
Huh. Wow. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I believe that, though. I mean, we can, number one, we're multi-dimensional, so we can be at multiple places at different times. And number two, yeah, we're all part of one huge soul family. You know, this is what I'm one of my goals. I'm bringing soul star family together. you know,
And you remember what I told you about last week?
last week.
About the energy and the pulse, etc.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, a lot of times I go back. I have to keep going back and meditate, and I keep going back, going over the same thing again.
Yep. Yep.
And the energy that I saw, which is everything is energy, but
Mhm.
it wasn't what was emanating from me. What I saw, now, I mean, I said today, you said Stargate,
Yeah.
and the more I went back over and over again, it was like I walked through it was a ripple like water.
Mhm.
And this thing, as far as Stargate goes, that's the only thing I could come up with from watching Stargate, SG1, and all that back years ago. And it kind of mirrored the same thing. And I just kept walking through, and as I was hitting it, that's when the ripples came. I told you it was clear, and it was like a wave went out full at first, and then there were just ripples after that. And as I walked through, it's like nothing behind me existed anymore.
Wow.
Nothing behind me existed, nothing on the sides. And I just kept on going and went to the house, and nothing else existed. It's just like right now, nothing behind me exists. It's only what's in front of it's only what's in front of me that I'm perceiving that exists. It doesn't exist until I turn around. Well, this is what I'm feeling. It's just like there's nothing behind me right now. And when I turn around, I'm going to see something. So it does, I mean, it makes us, anything really exist when you're not facing it? I mean, anything behind you isn't there until you manifest it when you turn around.
That's a good point. I mean, what is there other than the now, right now, right now, right now, right?
Correct.
Well, I'm gonna say here's the way I kind of look at it, because I do feel like it's just because I can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. And actually, if I feel back behind me, I feel something back there because I know that it's there, right? So I'm conscious of it. It's conscious of me. Everything's conscious. This gets back to source. Source is in everything. So yeah, no, it doesn't go away just because we're facing one way and there's no back way. We're kind of limited in our perception, both in the amount of light that we can see, 0.6 of the light spectrum. And you know, like me, I can probably see somewhat clearly 10, 15, maybe 20 feet if I'm outside, right? I can see the trees. I'm not going to walk into a tree normally.
I can agree. I can agree with you. Maybe it was just that specific moment that I mean, I could see everything it was dark behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was I going through this and everything, and I was leaving darkness behind and going to another, am I going through another phase? Let's put it that way.
Well, yeah, Rob, you're definitely going through another phase. And you're talking about the astral plane, which is kind of where we get this flat earth idea, right? So that, I'm not saying that might not, that's a totally different dimension of consciousness, right? This is a fourth, 5D kind of consciousness that we're talking about here. And if you're seeing this Stargate and you're walking through it, then that's an upgrade, I would say.
Yeah, well, things have changed.
I was just thinking, I did take a nap today, but it was from like 11 until 12. It was only an hour long.
Well, here's the funny thing. I don't believe when we go into the dream realm, there ain't no time. I mean, it's you can connect it.
You never look at your watch, you know. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree.
I don't have a watch.
Me either.
I got them. I just quit wearing them.
Yeah. You don't have a watch. I'm pointing to a wrist with nothing on it.
Yeah. Here's what I call a watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 6:25. Yeah, I haven't worn watch in a long, long time.
Well, I'll tell you the things that y'all had mentioned about people being afraid to do this, but man, I look forward to every change, everything I go into, the darkness. I just I just grab hold of it and say, what's next?
Yeah.
In other words, I put trust in and I flow with the process. I don't expect anything. But then again, I don't ignore anything either.
Right. Yeah.
Because I've cleared up so many things since I went into that dark area from things from things totally forgotten about, decades.
Right. Yeah.
And
Great
cleaning them
stuff,
up,
Rob.
clearing them out.
Yep.
Say what?
That's shadow work right there, brother.
And maybe
You're
that's
working
why
it.
you see nothing behind you at this point.
Right.
You've cleared it.
That's good. That's an idea.
Mhm. That's a lot of work. Congratulations. If that's true, congratulations. Wow.
I'm still going. That's the reason my throat's past few days I've been kind of focusing some on my throat chakra. Now I don't know if a throat chakra can be attacked. They said no, we don't want you talking, or whichever way it goes. But maybe it's just a clearing of the chakra as far as my throat goes, because this just started up yesterday, day before yesterday, something like that.
Like you got a frog in the throat, a little phlegm or something like that.
I'm hearing purging is what's going on there, Rob. You got some things that you got to get out. So
purge your own, brother, because I'm ready for it. I'm And
well, I mean,
any
there's different ways you can go about that. You can just speak your words. You can, or write them down, or whatever. I mean, that could be. And I'm not saying just because you're coughing that's necessarily that's what's got to come out, but it sort of seems like that.
Yeah, 2 days
If
ago,
it resonates with you, take it on, brother. That's what I would say.
A couple of days ago, I was sitting there with this new little tune I was working with, and I was going along with it good as far as voice and everything goes. And I started it yesterday and a little bit next day, and now it's kind of hard to voice anything without clearing my throat. That's where most of my stuff. That's where a lot of mine comes from is music. I sit there and start playing, and this word just start coming out.
Yeah. Well, I'm hearing that's what you need to do. That's they're saying that's the way to go there.
Well, I can tell you things aren't as dark as they were. Not anywhere near as dark.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's the nice thing about doing shadow work. It lightens everything up. Yeah.
How long ago did you start? Have you been working on the shadow work? And what inspired that for you?
What inspired it? It's when I had that confrontation with those two beings that looked human, but they weren't. And the one I was telling you about where they attacked and they were repelled about 3 foot away from me. And I saw that scroll, and when that scroll, and since that scroll went up and it was completely dark, that's when everything started.
Okay. I mean, some people have been, working on the shadow self and all that stuff for as soon as they've awoken, basically. But so you weren't doing that beforehand. It was just at that point.
It's been about I guess it's been about 3 months, 3-4 months now that I've been working on it.
Amazing. Wow.
I even found out exactly why I started smoking.
Really?
Right. It wasn't because of peer pressure. Just started smoking when I was 12. My dad was killed when I was 11. And he was always on me about smoking. And I come to find out, you're getting back at him for leaving you. that's the reason the reason I started smoking, because I was mad because he left me and I was being rebellious.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even a year afterwards, because when it comes to parents, he was my buddy. He was my, and so I was mad. I was mad at him for leaving. So then, and so that's all that's taken care of. So you're going, it's going real deep. I mean, it's just, I keep going further and further and further, and the further I go, the lighter it gets.
Yeah, that's the way it works, Rob.
That's good.
I can tell you from long experience. What's hard is once you think you got it all done, then you find out, no, there's little triggers here that can pull it right back up for you.
Yeah, them triggers. I pretty much got a hold of those things.
Well,
I mean,
I haven't.
Well, put it this way.
I can. It's been a while, but I can still get triggered. I'm pretty sure.
Well, it's how you react to that trigger. Do you let somebody, if they're going to cause you to flip your trigger, then you've got to control how you react to that trigger, rather than letting them trigger you to lash out. You have to recognize all this and
no, I hear you there, brother. I try not to react in the way the trigger would like me to react. But it doesn't mean I don't recognize that I still get triggered.
Oh yeah, I agree with you 100% there, brother.
And that's what I would like to stop. I would like to heal it all, but you only focus. You look at a problem and you kind of see what you can do to fix it at that time, and you fix everything at that time. But that doesn't mean you've healed it all. Apparently, is all I can figure as to why we have these things still trigger us, even though we seem to have worked on them.
Well, my thing is, it just triggers me. I've learned over the years that rather than being reactive in a negative way, I react in a more positive way, rather than causing a conflict. I react it in another direction. I wait before I speak, and then try to put a damper on it.
Right. Yeah. No, I try to do the same thing, Rob. But
got some interesting comments in the chat room. I just want to bring this in real quick. Sophia says, I see light above my head. It's like having a sunroof. That's pretty cool. And then the Truth Seeker Alliance said, I see things bend often. Today I was walking past the kitchen and the counter bent/warped. I had to take a second and look because it happened so fast. Pretty cool. Yeah, cool things that people are experiencing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could see that it would be, we'll see the malleability of not only time, but space.
Yes. So I see Claudette here with us. Of course, I see Linda, but she can't talk. And Claudette is, she's got a camera and a microphone. So you going to join us? Claudette? I'm the only one that has the camera on. What's going to happen? What's going to happen if I take my camera off? There you are.
There, I'm sorry. I'll turn mine on.
Hear me?
Yeah. Hi.
Okay. Hi.
Finally.
Yeah, I didn't have any way to get in. I finally got a computer.
Oh, awesome.
I only had my old one.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you guys?
I'm great. Good to see you, Claudette.
Yeah.
If this is working right.
We can finally place a face with the name. Yeah, yeah. We see it. So what do you think about like some of the people the spiritual leaders who are no longer with us? Were there any that we missed?
Sorry, I didn't hear you, Greg.
Uh,
I
well,
don't
what-
even, where am I supposed to look at the camera?
I don't know, wherever your camera is.
I have no idea.
It's okay.
It's all new to me.
We'll all just look elsewhere. And that
Okay. I don't know. Look, am I looking at you people?
yeah, you are. Yeah, you are now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
all
my
right.
goodness.
What we were talking about was the spiritual leaders who are no longer with us, and the names that we came up with were, and these are contemporary ones, not like Edgar Casey or Manly P. Hall, but contemporary people that like Jordan Maxwell, Dolores Cannon, Jose Arguelles, John Major Jenkins, Terrence McKenna, Masaru Emoto, and Joe Campbell. Can you think of anyone else that may have passed that was a influential spiritual leader, contemporary?
That's a lot of them.
Yeah, it is.
I got to send you guys a link. I watched an amazing video last night of a gentleman that passed away. He climbed, I don't know if you, I don't, can't, I got to remember his name. He passed away. He was climbing a snow mountain. Like they froze in Saskatchewan, Canada. But his friend, he came back. And the story he tells of what he's seen, it gets you right in the chest. It's so amazing and beautiful. Like, I got to look his name up and show you guys who he is, because he's unbelievable.
What did they
Like,
see?
So he got pulled out. Like, at first he didn't see anything. And as he went, he saw white, and then he said he had no body anymore, no feeling. He heard himself, he could hear himself talking. Then he saw boxes of each life that were by, like there were boxes. I can't explain it the way he did. When he says it, it's beautiful.
Like a
But
life
he
review.
could see each life. I'm going through this really, yes. But he said it was so pure and so beautiful, and he could see the earth. And at one point he could see all the humans on the earth, and everyone has a gold glowing thing inside their chest. Every human he saw on the earth has a glowing orb in their chest,
The spark of
and it's
source.
gold.
Would
And he
that be
said, everything is pure, everything is source. We're all source. We're all one. We're all pure. It's all good. And there's don't take anything you've created.
Oh, you're breaking up a little.
That the way he explained this, it just blew my mind. It was so beautiful. Just amazing person. I gotta find his name for you. You gotta watch this.
Yeah, I'd love
Actually,
to check that out.
yeah.
Send me a link to the video.
I will. Yeah, you guys will you'll all like it. It was really, and it takes a lot to get me, and it got me.
Uh-huh.
Like it was really good. So yeah. Greg, can I ask you a quick question? I've tried to buy your shirts from Canada and I can't do it. I can't connect to any of the links. Can I just,
Wait.
I tried,
What browser are you using?
I don't know what that means. Like just,
Are you using like an iPhone, an iPad? You're using a Mac?
I tried it on my phone. Will that not work?
Should work on your phone. What kind of phone do you have?
Hold on, I'll get it here.
I know I've sold to people in Canada before.
Yeah, I know. That's why I can't figure out why it won't work. I thought I'd just send you the money, like to your address.
Yeah.
Would that work?
We can do that, but I if you're having this issue, then I know other people are. And
I can't. I've tried it a bunch of. I've tried to link through. I can't do it on your. Every time I try to connect, it says will not connect.
well, you can't connect to the website itself.
No, it just won't let me put the money through.
Oh, okay.
I like even trying to use you go where you go buy the visas and the money's on them.
Yeah.
I've tried doing that. It won't work either.
Yeah.
What kind of phone is? Where do you tell? I don't know what this is. It's just
Is
a
it
crap phone.
Well, it's
Not
probably
an iPhone.
It's not an iPhone, and then it's an Android.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. But it's not just yours. It's any in the States. I can't connect to any of them
Okay. That's
to
interesting.
buy anything. So I don't know what it is. It might be my end. It probably is my end.
It might be something that's blocking you from doing out of country orders because you're in
Yeah.
Canada. So,
I don't know. Like I'm not sure what it is, but
but yeah,
something's doing.
we could do something. Contact me, give me a message on Facebook when you send me that
Okay.
that video.
Through messages, just on the regular. Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
And
Yeah.
then
Because I'll order them. Like I'll order them like next week or something and put them
Yeah.
because I want them really bad.
I did that with
So,
Tammy Tony recently, and she was having issues with, and I said, yeah, just, and if anyone else is having those kind of issues, let me know.
I know it's not your end because I've tried ordering on other one. I can't. I don't know why it's stopping me.
Mhm.
This is just recent too, so it could be something going on, right? So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
mean, you should be able to go on your computer and go anywhere.
You would think
Yeah,
so.
that's what I thought. Like when I go to pay, like I can
Oh,
fill it
I
all
wonder
in
how long ago, when was the first time that you tried doing that?
about 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so I wonder if Trudeau did something.
I'm wondering, I hope not, because if he did,
Yeah, right.
Trudeau
seriously,
did a lot of damn things.
Yes.
he's an idiot. My father knew his dad, quite well too. So he's just a different human than his father was. Like it's strange. Why can't I find this? I'm trying to find that guy's name on my phone through YouTube, and I'm not very good at. I'm not very technologically smart.
It wasn't exactly like they taught it in school,
Yeah.
right?
So yeah, message board.
So yeah, here's a couple that Roaring Cat mentioned that we haven't mentioned yet. Wayne Dyer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
And
yes.
Louise Hay.
Yeah.
Thich Nhat Hanh as well.
Oh, I
Yep.
forgot about him too.
Good ones, everyone. Yeah. You guys got your thinking caps on.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Good job. Yeah. Very good. I love the teamwork. Yeah. And that's quite the group. I think everyone is at least Pluto and Leo. I don't think there's anyone more recent than a Pluto and Leo in those. And like I said, that's the generation, Pluto and Leo generation. I love you guys. You guys, are the reason we're all here. Is anyone born from 1936 to 1958?
No.
I guess I missed it. I'm 62.
You're born in 62?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're in my generation. So
Yeah, well, I know another Pluto and Leo, James Tiburon, and he was the one that created Earth Keepers.
Mhm.
And he also channeled Metatron. So that's where I first got my introduction to Metatron, and got my first understanding of sacred geometry and how that connects to everything. So personally for me, James Tiburon
It's really cool.
gets in there. I know he's not as big as any of these other names that you're throwing out there, but I mean, he brought a good message there. And
he's no longer alive.
yeah, no, he passed a couple of years ago.
I didn't know that. I've
Well, that's
heard-
what I heard, and I haven't, and I was on their list, so I would know if he was still doing Earth Keepers, and I would have been, I was going to those every year.
Mhm.
I mean, and there was a lot of spiritual teachers. He brought in a lot of. They had William Henry there, that George Tescalazes, or the guy with the
Sockless, yeah.
the Sockless, yeah. And that was cool, because you could get up and ask him questions, and it was awesome.
Oh yeah, well, William Henry. I posted a picture of myself with John Major Jenkins and a friend of mine earlier, and it was at a conference that Jenkins and Pinchbeck were talking at, but you mentioned William Henry. He was there too. It was a really, really cool 2012 conference here in
Yeah.
Sarasota.
Yep. But he's still living, so he
Yeah.
wouldn't qualify there.
Yes. Linda in the chat saying that she used to listen to James as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he tried, and he was of that generation, and what I remember most about him is that he would help the little guy, right? So here I am, partially blind, and he helped me out. We were leaving the hotel there, and I hadn't gotten to the cash machine and got enough money, so he gave me some money, and like he didn't even worry about whether I gave it back, but I did, and he was so surprised about it. He tried to give me a ticket to the next. That was the one time that I missed one of his gatherings, conferences.
So he
But,
died in 2020, around September.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
didn't.
didn't survive his wife, but about a year. I mean, and I totally understand that,
Yeah, my grandfather did the same thing after his wife, my grandmother, passed. It was pretty quick between both of them.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing when that happens, that when
Yeah.
people pass with each other.
Yeah.
My mom wasn't so lucky. My dad passed 3 days after his 60th birthday. And then my mom lived to be 78. So,
Wow.
but he knew his whole life. He said he won't live past 16. He died 3 days after his 60th birthday. It's pretty amazing.
No, it's,
Not that he died, but that he knew. Yeah, I found that guy in that show. It was on Abnormal Reality, and the gentleman's Peter Pangora or Pangori. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
Oh, you guys have to watch it. It's called Abnormal Reality, and it was the show that was on last night. Special guest Reverend. He's not a minister though of the church. He's a minister of our spirit. He's really cool to listen to. You guys will like him a lot.
Can you watch that online somewhere?
Yeah,
Is it-
on YouTube.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
On YouTube.
Send me that.
And the channel. Yeah. I'm trying to right now. How can I send it to you?
Well, not right now, but you can send it on
Oh,
Facebook.
okay.
On Facebook as well.
copy
Okay.
and paste it into the chat would be.
Yeah, that's true too. You can
Okay.
you can put it in the chat.
I can try to do that. Yeah. How do I do that? I don't want to bug you guys right now because
That's okay.
I don't know how to. I'll get my daughter to show me later so I don't interrupt the show.
Well, if you put it in the chat right now, we could share it with everybody on YouTube.
How do I do that? Just tell me how to do it really quick.
On the bottom, it should say more, and there's a little ellipses right there, ...
On my thing here I'm looking at right now? Or on, oh, I see it. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay,
Click on more and then click the chat.
okay,
Or you can just hit Alt plus H.
okay. So now the chat's there.
Yeah, and
And
paste the
do I
link.
just type the name in?
No, just copy and paste the link.
Okay, I will try to. I don't know how to do that either.
Well,
I'm on a
right-
tablet.
Okay, so you would have to go to the video. And
Yeah.
Then, tablet.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
There should be a share button on there on the video.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that right now for you.
And then-
I don't know why YouTube won't come up on. I'm on my phone trying to share it to you guys right on YouTube on the messages.
So right click-
Copy. That'll work, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
copy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Copy, and then when you click on it again, it should, on the chat, it should say paste, or hopefully it will say.
Okay, so
Here's a couple more. Roaring Cat put in Barbara Marks Hubbard semi recently, I guess passed. I'm not sure who that is.
Oh yeah, I know about her.
No, I'm not sure. I don't know her. And Jerry Hicks, Esther from Esther, and Jerry from Esther, Jerry, and Abraham Hicks. Yeah.
I didn't know that she'd passed. Oh, that's
Not she didn't, but Jerry did.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So I didn't.
Is Ellie on tonight or no?
He was in the chat room earlier.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, but I think I put her to sleep.
Oh, like a wonderful human. She is. Like, she just makes me feel better when I see her. I don't know. There's something very special about that lady.
Yeah, there is.
Isn't she's like honestly an amazing human being.
Yeah, we all love her.
We all are, but she just something.
She's been
Okay, I put it in. I'm putting it in the chat and just putting it in the chat right now.
Yeah, I see it.
That's the actual show. So
All right. I'll figure it out from there, I guess.
yeah, sorry guys. I'll figure out how to do this now that I have this. So I'm not I've never had the tablet before. I guess I'll use my computer next time.
All right. So I found it, and
Okay.
Allie said she's listening, so we must have woke her up.
Uh-oh. Hi, Allie. Probably with my big mouth. No. It was my daughter's birthday today, so we're at my son's, eating ice cream cake and all the fun things.
So, oops, go right here. So I put that link in the chat. I'm also going to paste it on my Facebook.
Yeah, but you guys should watch it. It really makes you feel good. Like, you got to watch the whole show though, because they interrupt them a few times and just to talk about it, but it's really cool.
Okay. She was sleeping. See, I knew it. Me. My monologue when I first came on put you to sleep. That's what it was.
Well, hey man, if I can put my girlfriend to sleep, you can put yours to sleep. I don't feel so bad now.
Yeah, Yara's really nice too. I've talked to her a few times too. She's another amazing human too.
Oh yeah, she is.
Yeah, she is.
I'm
She's
very
really
lucky.
beautiful.
I'm very
Yeah,
lucky
she's a
to.
beautiful human too.
Mhm.
So when am I going to find my other human?
Is your name on the list on Tuesday night?
Yes,
Okay.
Claudette.
All right.
You know what's funny though? There's a name Claude right beside my name Claudette. I'm like, who's that?
Well,
Who's he?
it's in the process of being manifested.
Yeah,
That's all I
thank
can
you.
say. Do you remember your dreams?
Oh yeah, that's just this week. I was just saying my dreams this last week are so vivid and real. It's blowing my mind. It's like I'm somewhere else, and it's never been like that before. Like something's different. I don't know, something's different. Like I can almost feel me being there. Like I told my daughter this morning when I got up, I said, these dreams are like I'm there and I'm experiencing them, and it's the real thing. And I don't know how to explain this. It's crazy.
No, it's not. It's not, because sometimes, at least as far as I'm concerned, sometimes our dreams are more real,
Mm-hmm.
real, 3D
Yeah.
living.
Yeah, you gotta wonder, like it's so bizarre. And it's always in the morning. If I wake up and fall back asleep, that's the dreams I remember. So
I'm thinking, maybe, they say that everybody you dream of, you've known or have met. But obviously,
you have to, right?
when I dreamt of Allie, back, I hadn't known or met her in this lifetime, but I had known and met her in previous lifetimes. So
Right.
pay attention to, the people in your dreams,
Yeah,
because
I have seen a person in my dreams for years, and I know if I seen him, I'd know him.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah, yeah,
Seeing the face, I would know him,
yep.
but like
Yeah.
so vivid. I don't go looking though. Like I don't, you know what I mean? I don't
Right.
go
I do.
looking. I just,
It'll happen. It'll just happen.
yeah,
It will.
yeah.
It will.
I'm not in no rush. My ex passed away from leukemia
Aw.
years ago. Yeah, so we were best friends my whole life. We only started seeing each other about 2 years before that, like dating, and then he passed away. I was like,
Wow.
maybe he was my soulmate, like my twin flame,
Well,
I don't know.
maybe. I think you would know though initially.
Yeah, I don't think he was, because I think we would have been together long before that, right? Like,
Not necessarily.
no,
You would
like we
you would
grew up
just know
together.
once you're together physically,
Mhm.
you would know.
Yeah, that's what I've thought about that a few times. I'm like, I don't think he was,
Mhm.
because I know, seeing you and Ellie, I know the feeling. You are each other. You are part
Yeah.
of each other.
Yeah.
There's no two people. You are one person.
Yeah.
One connection together.
And I've never had that with another relationship that I've had.
No,
I've been married
no, and
twice.
you can see it too with you two.
And
I feel it with you guys.
yeah, I definitely
Yeah,
feel it.
it's a
To
beautiful, beautiful thing. It really is.
just constantly, I are mimicking and doing things.
You light each other up.
Yeah.
It's when you I was watching you long before Allie came along, and when she came into your life, your whole aura changed. I see auras really, and your whole aura just lit up, like just poof. Even
It's
after you
true.
being sick, I mean, look at your aura.
It's true. I even when I call her, we do FaceTime and stuff like
Yeah.
that. As soon as she answers the phone, a huge smile comes on my face. I'm already smiling, anticipating being here.
Yeah.
I heard something. I want to tell you guys about traveling. I just heard this yesterday. So on the websites, and they're saying any news you're hearing about traveling is like 2 months behind. That you can literally travel. That when
What?
you go to the airport, they'll let you through.
Really?
Yes.
You're listening
Yes.
to that, Allie?
Yes, I heard passports. This, in fact, my niece out west, she's going to Argentina, somewhere down. She's going somewhere anyway in like 2 weeks. And at first she thought she couldn't go. And she put in and she got everything right back, and they said she could go. And she said when she found out, she looked into it and they said everything is 2 months behind.
Well, what about
But
here in the
you
United
actually-
States? Because as far as I know, Biden said you cannot enter without getting the
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, I won't ever get that either. I would look into this pretty seriously, because I don't think they can legally do that to you anymore. I know in Canada they can't. It's gone. There's no more nothing. You can fly, you can do anything. No masks, no nothing.
I'll call the airlines and
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no mandates in Canada anymore.
Yeah.
Let's get her here and drive her across the border.
I've
I'll drive her down.
got friends in New York that we can stay at. So yeah, that
I'll
could
drive her down. I'm right by Toronto. I'm 90 miles north of Toronto. I'd be
Yeah.
there in a minute. 100%.
uh
We can do this. I was hoping I'd win the lottery the other night so we could all meet up at your place down in Sarasota, Florida, and I'd fly all of us in. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, it would.
I was trying to manifest it so bad. I don't buy lottery tickets a lot, but I bought some and it was like $65 million. And I'm like, yes, we can do this. Wouldn't that be amazing if we could all get together? Oh my goodness.
Well, it will happen. I mean,
I know it's going to happen.
When Allie comes, we're going to have a beach meetup. And,
yeah, I'm going to do my best to get down there for that. I want to meet all you guys. I just think, imagine if we all got together. I don't think the energy could handle it on the earth.
No, I think it'll help. I mean, this is what we really.
I think it will help. I think it would be amazing. You're right, Phil.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you talk
forward to
about
it.
the event, that's how the event will happen, is we get a
I think so too. I think that's what has to happen.
we get
I
a
think enough-
convergence of
Crystal
star
said-
seeds together.
Yep.
You see shit happen
Yeah. Yeah.
real quick.
Yep.
So,
Yes.
in answer to your question, Claudette,
Yes.
I pulled a couple cards,
Yes.
and the first is the Page of Swords. So, pages, that's generally going to be pretty quick, like within a month or so.
Wow.
And then we've got the second card is the Justice card. So what I'm hearing is it's going to be balanced, because that's what justice is
Wow.
a balanced relationship. So if it doesn't feel balanced, and it ain't the one, I'm gonna say. And
You
then,
mean like my ex-husband?
huh? Yeah, somebody else's husband. You know,
Not
that's
the guy that passed away. My ex-husband knows.
Can
I-
you
then
hear
I
we've
me?
got
married
the
I
Ace of
married a guy
Swords.
when I moved to Florida when I was young.
Yeah, so then we've got the third card is the Ace of Swords. So that's saying
Oh,
a
wow.
new beginning, a new beginning. So, and that's also quickness, and that's going to be fast.
Oh, wow.
I don't think you've got much longer to wait, Claudette.
That's awesome.
But remember,
That'd be really cool.
be balanced in it. Don't get,
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
don't,
Thank you so
don't-
much.
well, I felt like I could thank the light seer cards.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I see Allie's beautiful face.
I was going to say we have a new face joining us.
I see her.
Allison.
Hi, Allie.
Allison.
Oh, darn.
Hi.
I got caught. Now the real card reader comes in.
Yay.
No. I was just sorting out posts and everything, and printing off labels and things like that. So
Yeah.
I was just listening in the background.
I'm so glad you're here. I've wanted to meet you so bad. You have no idea.
Oh, it's lovely to put a face to the name, because we've seen you
Yeah.
so many times, and you've been such a good moderator.
Thank you. I love you guys. You're awesome.
Aw.
Oh, we
Yeah.
love you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
We-
Yes. You are just a light, Allie.
Oh, we all are.
I don't think I don't know you.
Yes.
You are just honestly, you are a joy in this world. And if there were more people on this earth like you, can you imagine the planet we would live on? You're an amazing, beautiful human.
We all
Susie.
are. I don't know what to say to that.
No, you
But
are.
thank you.
You
You
say in
are.
the catch Alakeen. I am another you.
She's
said it.
amazing.
I didn't come
Yeah,
on because
that
this
was
wasn't going to
amazing.
be my topic. I was like, I don't know much about those people, but the people that you were speaking about right in the beginning, I was like, I don't know who they are.
It's okay.
They must be in America.
You,
Yeah,
you,
most of them.
you had no idea what N5D was
I
until I
didn't.
had to stalk you and yeah.
I had no
See,
idea.
my grandparents are from England, both sides. So I grew up
Oh.
with all the things you talk about, the foods, everything. That's how I grew up too. So
Pants
yeah,
and pants.
yeah.
Two
Oh,
different
and my
Pardon? Oh yeah.
in my latest
underpants.
That's
my
funny, eh?
What, darling?
my latest video, I put pictures of us in it.
I saw that in the background because I went shopping with Ria. I was
Mhm.
sitting there falling asleep, in the afternoon. I was just falling asleep. Ria phones up. Mum, will you come to Home Bargains with me in the range? I was like, not really, but I had to because she asked me.
Mhm.
So then put my face on, and we're shopping at 9 p.m. at night.
Wow.
Here.
Yeah, shopping at so they kicked us out dead on night. Well, we was there just before dead on night, they kicked us out. And then we went round my mum's place, and she was playing that in the background, but obviously we were talking, so I couldn't hear what you were saying. But
You saw the pictures then. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I said, Mum,
Yeah.
what was he saying about me?
Well,
I didn't know what you were
Pardon?
saying.
Not
Well,
right
do
now,
you think-
actually.
Yeah. I'm eating cranberries.
Oh, I love cranberries too. Yummy.
Fried cranberries. Oh, they're good. They're so
Mhm.
nice.
They're delicious.
Mm.
Yes.
So
Yes.
hi, Rob, and hi, Linda. Hi, Phil.
hello. Hello.
Mhm.
Hello, Ollie.
Hello.
How
Oh,
are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
very good.
and you pepper that, won't you?
I was listening to your talk about religion and everything, and that was interesting. Because it's like you can be religious or you can have beliefs, I think. And they're very different. So your belief sometimes is that, what you think God is not necessarily what they think God is in religious terms.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
To me, God is anything you feel it is. I mean, I feel universal light, like universal energy, is the same thing as a God energy. We all come from the light, but I don't really use
Exactly.
God word very often, if anything, really. But I don't obviously hear God and then think it's just linked to religion. I think it's got different belief systems to people. So
Yeah, I always look at that term God as I kind of like to ask the question. Now, is that with the capital G or with the little g?
yes.
That show I told you about I watched last night. Listen to, you guys will love what he says about that. Allie, what you just said about God being like the spark and the light. The way he explains what he's seen, it's all one. We're all divine and we're all part of the spark.
Together.
And really, he was going through to be a minister, and he changed all that after he had the near-death experience, and he's seen what we come from in the spark of divinity, and the churches are just here to do what they do to us.
Yes.
Make us feel bad from the day we're born. Instead of being born with the spark of light, they tell us we're born with sin, which is not true.
Well, it's all just piling on guilt, isn't it?
Yes, that's all it is. 100%.
Guilt and shame, yep.
Yeah,
What is sharing, my love?
that's cool.
Just that one little piece. We'll be the first in line to ask for help in adjusting to the new paradigm.
Yes.
Isn't that the truth? Remember this, you are not alone. Those who truly love you will stand by you no matter what. Those people who are no longer part of our lives have all. That's it.
That's nice.
My mum said he cannot do a single video without talking about you. So I think he loves you.
Yep.
Well, I'm pretty damn sure he does, but
I said,
Ain't
yes.
no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I've never felt so comfortable in a relationship.
Me too.
So sure, comfortable. It's just
Yeah.
easy.
It is. It really
but
is.
I mean, isn't that the way we're supposed to make you feel?
I think so. I've had relationships where there's always
That's a love that
Wait
nobody
for
should
that.
mess with.
You're waiting for that next drama. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what mine
You
was
don't
too,
want
Allie.
it. You don't want
No.
it, but you know it's probably coming.
Or if they want to go out on a Friday night, they'll start a fight with you just so they can leave. That kind of.
Yeah.
I'm talking about years ago,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah.
before.
oh yeah, me too.
I was with an
Same
alcoholic,
thing.
so yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Hey,
you didn't know
Elena
what sort of mood they were going to be as they're walking up the pathway. You're thinking, oh, God.
That's the thing, right? What's coming? Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just learn to stay on the in between, right? You don't fight with them. You don't want to start a whole bunch of war, right?
You know when
It's
to
just-
have a
it's
word
bad
and when
stuff.
to.
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
chat, Elena said that she got a new car, and
Cool.
whenever we do a
Cool.
she'll totally come through. She'll be here. So yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, lovely. Oh, it'd be so nice.
Another beautiful soul, Alina.
She is.
You
She
are.
definitely is.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I really love the times that she came onto my channel, and even though that one got kicked off
Yeah.
because we said the word fight. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, those
No,
are
it was great. I love the interchange that you guys had.
Yeah.
Then Linda said, gratitude for me, for Greg, who taught me
Yeah,
how
it was really good.
fake news was in 2016. So yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, Linda.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thankful for you, Greg, because I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have found Yara had I not been part of that date night list.
Awesome. That is so awesome.
It works. It
Yeah,
works. The energy
does.
works.
It does.
Look, Phil.
Oh my, nice. Wow. I'm
So
honored.
yeah,
I
had
hope
to go back and find-
I hope I can my continued work warrants that.
Well, I couldn't find. I know that you've done different levels, but I couldn't find when you'd done them, and so I just added you on. So the date might be different, but I know that you've done them, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
No, I
Yeah.
think I've taken the one twice.
I know you have. I know you have. Which I've said that sometimes you can do it as a level 2 because it's the same thing. You just go over it in more detail with the personality. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I've been doing, is sorting out the certificates and everything.
Yep. Looking forward to receiving that. I'll have to post that up here on my wall.
Oh, so you got 2. I've been reusing these. The
Those are
Amazon-
awesome.
Why not? It's that recycling, isn't it?
Yeah.
They won't
I
work as-
reuse them too.
Yeah. So how are you doing? So you've been able to come on, Claudette, because you've got a new
Yeah.
computer.
I-
Yeah.
I got a tablet. Yeah. So,
That's
and then I had to
good.
figure out how to do it.
You know
Yeah.
what? You're in good hands though, because these 2 men are very patient.
Yes,
The
they
times
are.
that when I first came on, I didn't know what I was doing. I was getting myself in a real panic, and they
Yeah.
were very calm, just
Yeah.
so calm, talking me through it.
Look at you now
Greg.
on Zoom, creating rooms and all sorts of things. Look at you.
Because
Yeah.
I learned from a workshop that I did a Zoom workshop. But yeah, it took a while though. It was not easy, but
Well,
I got
it
it.
didn't take you that long, I wouldn't
No.
say.
No, it didn't.
Still, if it does go wrong, which it sometimes does, because it said my audio was not working. I went into a bit
Hey,
of panic.
you're not the only one. Michael Jaco did a whole video,
Oh, no.
all these pictures and everything, not a sound one.
Oh no!
Silent movie.
No.
Yeah, I was alive and he was muted to the whole thing.
You may as well,
Oh,
And then this guy's he's had 8 channels.
you may as
He
well
got
have had
kicked off all
Charlie
of them, hasn't
Chaplin
he?
on there, right? Could have been a silent movie with Charlie Chaplin.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
When they blocked you for the hearts, Greg, I couldn't believe it. Like, oh my
Unbelievable.
gosh.
Stupid. That was really stupid.
Yeah.
That's the whole, you see where the evil is in the world though, eh? Like
Yeah.
what's running things,
yeah. Yeah, unfortunately.
right? Yeah. Well, it's risen up again. They come from Stalin and Hitler and he's back again. So let's hope that ends soon or then later.
In the chat, Linda says, if you have junk you want to get rid of, just put it in an Amazon box and leave it outside. Someone will.
There you go. I never thought of that. That's a great idea.
That's funny. I like that.
Well, would not work here.
Yeah, that's true. You're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, that's good. I've got so many boxes. It's like you've got like one lipstick and it comes in this huge box.
It's
They
terrible.
they don't give a crap about recycling and the problems and things. They don't.
No.
But because I can't get out shopping too much, I rely on Amazon. I know I shouldn't. It's like one of the companies that are really bad, but
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
the
Ali, I
same
live
way.
in a lot of pain too.
at least it gets delivered to your door, doesn't it, Phil?
Yep.
Rather than you having to go to each individual shop for that specialized thing that you want.
Well, I mean,
It doesn't
especially when you
work all
consider
the time,
some
does it?
spots I would have to get in a bus, take a bus downtown, then catch another bus
Yeah,
to go to the Capitol.
yeah,
to-
yeah,
And then either walk or take a bus to find the place. And
yeah. And then you probably can't find it because they're sold out.
yeah.
What would you say, my love?
No, Phil, you were saying that not all the time do they drop it off at your door. Sometimes they leave it at your mailbox, right?
Well, no, that would be one thing. They left it at my mailbox. No, they left it. They came up onto my property. I have two roads on my property. One that goes to the lower part of the property, one that comes up to the house. Well, they would leave it on that road.
Wow.
It goes to the lower part of the property, and not even give me a call or nothing. I had no clue.
It's just sitting out in the middle of nowhere, basically.
Yeah, just sitting
Yeah.
out on the road.
Gee, no one will take it there.
That's not good.
Well, no, I mean, they couldn't see it from my neighbors couldn't see it, but yeah.
So
Would they have
Linda-
told you? Your neighbours?
Yeah,
Linda-
no, they turned out to be pretty decent now that I don't have gatherings at my property anymore.
Wait till we get there. That'll all change.
Linda went on to say that the guy that delivered my groceries told me he did the Amazon thing and he filled the box with his dog poop.
Oh no.
Somebody took a box
Wow.
of dog poop.
Oh,
That's good. That's a good
That's
one.
funny. AF. That's funny.
I remember watching these series of videos, and this guy had for exactly that problem, and he devised these boxes.
Mhm.
And what did he do? Okay, so he had like a really bad smell that it would emit. It also would pop open and spray glitter and paper everywhere. and then a recording on it would go off alert thief something like that. So yeah, it was, and I guess the smell was just atrocious.
I could imagine. Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, no, those were pretty funny. And he sent it with a camera in each one of them so he could see what happened.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. That was I thought, yeah, no, and I think I'm pretty sure that probably cut down on the people stealing stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that video. It was funny.
It was.
shouldn't
I
be
mean-
stealing then, should they?
Well, yeah, I mean, you would think, oh, well, that's horrible, the smell and the mess and all that. But the damn person stole the damn thing.
Yeah.
It's karma, baby.
That's right.
And I love to see karma happen. I do.
Unless it's to you.
What?
Well, hey, if it happens to me, then I have it coming,
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing. You do a prayer to calling. You better be ready for any of your own shit to come up. This is why shadow work is important if you're going to be a magician.
Here, I'm going to show you guys something. everything. My daughter does all kinds of Egyptian stuff, eh? I told you. She
Uh-oh.
does, hold on a second here. Oh, so she makes, you see, Ali, I'm showing you this because you make this Egyptian stuff too. I don't know if I can get this, and I don't know how to do this. Can you see that?
Horace, yeah.
Yeah, she does all the hieroglyphics and everything, eh? Herself.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, she's done it since she was a little kid. She knows how to read them. She was born that way. Yeah,
That's
That's
amazing.
an old soul.
Yeah.
Wow.
really strange. I'm just getting my cat in the window. Come here, kitty. It's not our cat. We just take him in sometimes.
Besides,
Come on,
they
kitty.
see this,
Yes, here
they
he
just,
comes. Come on, buddy.
they swap
Come
homes all
on.
the time. So Linda was
Yeah.
asking about
Come on.
the reading that I did her and the recording, where it goes.
Yeah.
I think if you go to Zoom and you go to settings, on settings, it will say where you programmed your Zoom recordings to go to when you set it up, when you first set up your account on Zoom. So I think it will go to a folder in her documents that says Zoom, as far as I know.
I would think so. Yeah.
Or it emails you or something to say that it's in the cloud or whatever. That's all I know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I ran into a problem with Zoom. And apparently they're storing my stuff somewhere that I didn't realize they were storing it at.
Oh,
Because I thought I
wow.
was taking the video and putting it onto my documents.
Oh,
But
did you find it all
apparently,
in the end then?
apparently I wasn't removing it from Zoom for some reason.
Hmm.
Oh,
Hmm.
I get lost with it all, really. It's only that it always goes to the same place now. But before that, I was like, I wouldn't have known. I really wouldn't have known.
Mhm.
I know that I've lost stuff before, especially if you save it in cloud. I don't understand cloud at all.
No, I always
So
save it to
always
my hard
save it
drive.
to my computer.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah,
Yeah.
I always save it to my hard drive.
Mhm.
Well, come
But I
here,
must
kitty.
remember.
Come
I
on.
must remember to empty it onto an external hard drive, because that's what happened last time when my computer just kind of gave up, didn't it?
Oh, did you lose everything, Ali?
No, it's still working, but it just kept
Oh.
shutting off. I was in the middle of going live and it just shut off.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Yeah, her memory was her hard drive was just about full. Yeah,
See the beat up kitty cat?
and she didn't have a lot of RAM.
No. I've got this new computer. Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
it's a he.
yeah, he's not neutered. He's not ours. We just found him, so we're gonna take him next week and get him neutered because he goes outside and gets beaten to crap. We don't want him out, but what do you do, right? They just left him in an apartment, so
Oh,
yeah.
glad
That's
you
two
picked-
cats this year.
yeah.
The other one I rescued from a drug house, and he was in a pile of glass when I took him out of it.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, bless.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
He's
choose
not-
you. He's obviously chosen you.
Mhm.
You know, the cat that I got that was from the drug house, my cat was 23 years old, Chloe, that I lost this year. And when I brought this cat home, he took care of her like they had been together there forever. He cleaned her and loved her for the last couple of months of her life. He was meant, and then he was here for me. So it was like meant to be, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, he was totally, and I love him. Like he's just an amazing little creature. Not that one you just seen, my black one. He's pure black.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one I rescued from the drug house. Yeah, that's two this year.
They can definitely be very loving, but when they want to be.
100. Yeah, I'm like you, Ali. I'm a cat person too.
Like, if they don't want to, they just flick their tail and walk away. It's
Oh
like,
yeah, that's it.
fair enough.
Yep.
I can
With
tell
the
you're
cat I
getting
have-
uncomfortable.
Yeah, they do
Right.
what they want. Yeah.
What, baby?
That's why they get along with us so well, Ellie.
Yeah,
Because we do
yeah.
what we want,
I know, I
right?
know.
In a good way, though. In a good way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
said you're getting
Yeah.
uncomfortable. I can see.
Me?
I have a neck pain going
Yeah.
on.
I thought you were sitting back
Coming
there,
from-
Greg.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
neck is really hurting. Yeah. So what I probably should do, we've been on for like 2.5 hours. I'm going to wrap it up here.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
I want to thank everybody for joining us here live on Zoom, as well as live on in the chat. And if you're watching this on the recorded version, thank you for joining us there as well. If nobody told you this yet today, please allow me to be the first. You are loved. That's you and you and you and everybody watching. You are loved. You are appreciated. Thank you for your service to humanity. So on behalf of all of our N5D family that's right here, I'm sending you all infinite love and light. Namaste.
Hi.
Namaste.
Night.